Hey everybody, it is part 2 of our Castlevania playthrough. I'm Chris.
I'm Trey.
And at this part, we get to the castle. And so yeah, that's fun.
Going to the castle is always fun, except when the princess isn't in this castle.
You know, I wish we were rescuing a princess. That would make more sense.
They're trying to slay Dracula.
We're just, at this point, the Belmont clan is just aggro at Dracula for some random reason.
He didn't even do nothing. He was dead. He came back to life, and they already want him dead again.
So a fun fact about this game, it was actually, it was supposed to be a remake, and in the original Japanese translation, it is a remake of the first game. Mm-hmm. But it ended up, during its localization process, it ended up kind of being a sequel
to which one?
To the original Castlevania.
Okay, yeah.
And so there's been a lot of griping about continuity.
Yeah.
As well, you know. But anyways, this is another example of being able to assess your environments and everything. I didn't even flip that thing over.
Didn't even flip it.
Ninja
Somehow,
feet.
You got so lucky.
No, that was pure skill. I'd done this probably 20, 30 times by this point.
Well, I believe it. I believe it.
This is mid-boss time. Mid-boss.
Skeleton head that shoots.
This guy can, if you don't figure out that you can actually, any of the projectiles and stuff that you can destroy with your whip.
Yeah. If
you don't figure that out, that this can be a really annoying boss fight.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Also, if you don't have any sub-weapons. If you die at the beginning of that stage, it's possible to go through the stage and completely forget your sub-weapon.
Yeah. So, which sub-weapon is the most powerful, that does the most damage?
It just kind of depends on how you use them.
Yeah.
But I'd have to say probably the boomerang is one of the best sub-weapons.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, boomerang, hands down.
Medusa heads.
I actually do like using the knife, though, at certain points. It's actually useful in this game, which in other games it is not.
Now, I talk about knockback. You said that those Medusa heads, if you get hit once, you're basically dead because they'll just knock you back to the spikes, right?
If you're standing dead center on that platform and you get hit by a Medusa head, you're pretty much dead from knockback.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much health you are. About the only way that you'll be able to survive, and this is an untested theory, is if you're close enough to the edge that they're approaching you from, that the knockback doesn't hit you off the platform.
Yeah.
But at that point,
they'll probably come from the other side and hit you there, too.
Yeah.
Now, I thought this was pretty cool, and also with the last one, also, where the stage is actually moving.
Yeah.
Well, this is just the background, but still, it looks really cool, especially for an.
What I find interesting is how early this game came out in the Super NES's life cycle. It wasn't quite a launch title, but it was pretty close. It was within the first few months.
Yeah.
This is really taking advantage of, I think it's called Mode 7. You can quote me on that.
I remember hearing that once before, but I didn't know.
Mode 7 graphics.
Yeah.
And if I get that wrong, I know there are going to be a lot of people complaining at me for it. So, I'm sorry.
There are spikes everywhere around this. What?
Is
this a part of the castle, or just a way to get to the castle?
You're still on your way there. You're not even.
Just the person who designed all this. Who's this path made for?
You know what? This is made to keep people out.
The architect.
That's it. The architect is sick. Disgusting,
person.
Horrible individual that needs to be dragged out into the street and shot.
Several times.
And you'll see why when we get to the last part.
He has a sick fascination with spikes.
Yeah, I mean, really. He's got... instant death spikes and platforming sections are not fair.
At all.
There's nothing fair about setting you in a situation where if you mess up a jump,
you die instantly.
You might as well give up.
And then this spikes is coming out on your head.
Yeah, but those are pretty easy to avoid and time up. Because if you get them like while they're going up, this is annoying though because if you overthink yourself, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like you just have to walk forward. If you jump, you're dead. If you stop and hesitate for even a second, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
If you use the whip, you're dead. All you do is walk.
Just walk forward. Don't think. Don't do anything else.
Strut like a true Belmont.
Belmont strut with the dangler whip.
Yep.
See, this is a good example of what you were talking about earlier. How the whip can actually stop projectiles.
Yeah, especially when you're doing the dangle maneuver. It can be really helpful to avoid a lot of bad enemy placement.
Now, was like the dangle, was that always in Castlevania?
I think this and Richter from Symphony of the Night, I think are the only examples of use of that mechanic. I don't remember any off the top of my head. There might be some in the 3D titles, but I haven't really played too much of those.
Yeah. So what's the newest Castlevania game?
Lord of Shadows.
What is it?
Lords of Shadows.
Lord of Shadows.
Yeah, the second one.
Did that come out?
The newest one came out, I think, either earlier this year or late last year.
Huh. Like, does it look like this, or did they look a different
Castlevania game?
Yeah, or is this?
Dude, it's for like the PS3 and the 360 and the. No, it's a 3D title and it looks like a brand new game.
I wanted to.
I don't know why you had to ask if it was still 16-bit side scroller.
Who knows? That they could have wanted it to be this way.
Yeah, they could have done the Nintendo way and just Nintendo and Sega just gone off nostalgia fuel.
Exactly. Actually, I'm kind of curious on what it actually looks like now.
Have you never played Lords of Shadows?
No.
Huh.
No, I've never played it.
I didn't like a lot of the gameplay mechanics. It felt too forced.
Yeah.
But the storyline in it was pretty good.
Lords of Shadow?
Yep.
Yeah, because they also have Lords of Shadow 2.
Well, that's the one that I'm talking about.
Oh, Lords of Shadow 2?
Yeah. Lords of Shadow 2, I think, came out earlier this year. I think.
I'm going to quote you on it. If you're wrong...
If it's in 2014, I'm going to have a biscuit.
I'm gonna have a severe biscuit. Let me see. Yeah, 2014. Yep. February.
And by biscuit, I mean whiskey.
Go get my whiskey bottle.
No, I'm not until after we're done recording.
We're gonna need whiskey after.
I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold, so.
Goodness, it released here in February, but it released in Japan in September. Goodness.
Like it was released here first?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I would imagine Konami. I assume Konami was the one that released it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine. It must have been the America.
The American way.
Yeah, the American sector or something.
Sector.
The American office that was working on it.
Oh, but some of these screenshots for it look pretty cool.
It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
And now we're finally in the castle. And terrible jump cutting.
I think it was perfect.
We actually recorded this commentary before, a minute ago, and when we got to hear the screen just went black because something was wrong with our video, and that was annoying. But now we've got it, and so we can tell you all the beautiful stuff that is happening.
He just absolutely destroyed his dog. What'd that dog ever do to you? It wasn't gonna bite you or anything.
Attacked me!
You don't know. You don't know what it's gonna do. Maybe it was like trying to help you out. help
these
get the invisible...
These Axe Knights can be really annoying because of how much damage they do.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Oh, yeah, and there's the second time in this entire game that you actually get the holy water. Or, I'm sorry, fire bomb.
It's like the same thing in Ghost and Goblins.
Yeah, you get like the good items only come like once or twice.
Yeah. Now to walk up the steps, what do you have to do? Like, cause I
you
see
can
like
press forward. I just careened off a cliff again.
That's great.
You can just step forward, or you can press up.
Okay.
If you're gonna jump onto the steps, you have to hold up while you're jumping, or else you'll just fall through, as is demonstrated later. But this platforming puzzle can get really, stingy with how precise you have to be.
Definitely.
Because the momentum physics in it can catch you off guard if you're not prepared.
Yeah, I like how he in the background is lit completely different. He is so bright, and the background is just not.
It does set a good atmosphere. And you know that you're never going to get lost against it.
That's true, yeah.
That part, though, is really tense because of how close the platforming is.
Yeah. Especially when it's moving, the momentum.
Yeah. Because if you jump at the wrong time, you'll end up, like, not going anywhere with your jump because of the momentum, and you'll just fall.
Yeah, you stay completely still.
That can get particularly annoying. These enemies These enemies are obnoxious. Because it's around this part that they start doing a higher amount of damage and start getting harder to hit.
Oh, yeah. Also, going back to that platforming that you just did, that was also a good example of you being able to move in midair also.
Yeah, being able, like, if that was under old Castlevania physics, that would be almost impossible.
You'd have to be a professional at this game. You
would have to be a professional at video games.
Entirely, yeah.
Like, not even just this game, because you can be a professional at this game but suck at other ones. You'd have to be a professional at video games.
You move so fast. Goodness.
I'm calling him Ernest.
Ernest? Poor Ernest.
He was coming after me with a vengeance.
Why'd you kill Ernest? He didn't do anything to you. He just wanted to give you a hug.
Man, he was coming after me.
To give you a hug?
What was I supposed to do?
Give him a hug? Let's go crazy with that way.
Yeah.
Those bats seem like they would get really annoying too.
They can be. I mean, that's about the only thing that I can say as far as poor enemy placement. Mm-hmm. The bats can really catch you off guard, and the Medusa heads.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yep, those flip over, so you can't jump on them multiple times.
They like change every stage, so you really don't know which one is.
I want that triple shot. Give me the triple shot. Oh. I think I die here anyways. So I
more spikes.
Yes, more bottomless pits. Are you guys ready to see a fantastic example of knockback?
Fantastic. Also, if you jump back on that, it'll fall?
Well, it's one of those, if you stand on it for too long, it'll...
Coffin. Get away from me, Coffin. No.
Me.
I don't want to get in there.
I don't think you can kill it. I think you just have to outrun it.
Yeah. Luckily, Coffin can't climb steps.
Yeah.
Aha. Loophole.
They were not that mean in the level design.
You got two things that...
I'm dead.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to die.
Oh, no, I didn't, because I died right there.
Haha! Stopped your projectile. Get out of here, skeleton. Who do you think you are?
I do kind of like this track, though. It's a little bit more regal and upbeat in comparison to the more atmospheric stuff.
Yep. I was just about to ask what's the difference between the red and white skeleton, but the red skeletons come back.
Yeah, they're blood skeletons. You can't they're like dry bones. You can't really kill them. In this game, at least.
And then there's skeletons with weapons and fire? What is that? Or is that a completely different weapon? Hands. Grope.
Yep.
He wants to grab you.
It's the grope monster.
Coming through the window. Wow, why did I say it? Blah, blah, coming through the wall, not window.
I was trying to figure out how to take care of him. But
Can he actually grab you?
He grabs you, and then the skeleton tries to kill you. So you have to kill the skeleton before he hits you.
Oh my god!
While you're being grabbed.
And there's so many. Why is there so many?
Because it's Castlevania, and it just wouldn't be Castlevania without 20 enemies on the screen
20 of the same
at
enemies.
once.
Exactly. Good old Castlevania. Oh, more coffins. Look at that.
You can kill these ones, though.
What'll happen if you get like caught inside a coffin?
You die.
Like you just die? There's no
I don't know.
help taken?
I honestly have never tried it.
So,
And furniture!
Evil furniture.
You know what? This brings life to my theory that IKEA is out to control the world.
It's true.
With living furniture.
It'll happen
Sentient
eventually.
furniture.
They were experimenting in Castlevania.
Yeah. Castlevania it's cryptic messages.
It was their prototype.
They have to make sure.
The dancing couple.
Have you ever been to an IKEA?
I have not.
It is easily the largest building I've ever been in.
Really?
And it's nothing but furniture.
So much furniture. I don't know what to think.
There is like a cafeteria in it.
A cafeteria?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's probably like their break room or something. Or is it just a cafeteria?
It was a cafeteria. We were able to eat, like, as shoppers.
Okay. That's weird.
So I died here and then jump cut. I actually found this one up here that I wasn't expecting. One up!
It's like, well then.
So that's kind of nice.
Surprise.
A little bit of tips for you guys who haven't played the game before.
Or if you already know it, then you're probably cussing Chris.
Yeah,
you messed the one up.
Yeah, if you already knew it and are watching this, then you were probably screaming at me. Barely made it past that
close. All the bosses, well, not all the bosses, just 2 bosses so far. In his epic midair pose.
Yep. That's the one thing I like, is that he retains his pose in midair after capturing the sphere of goodness.
It's a sphere of delicious goodness.